What is up, everybody? My name is Fat Cat, and in this video I'm going to talk about the hardest thing I've ever done, and that's trying to start a prop firm. And yeah, on this channel I'm going to be sharing my journey with starting a prop firm because I am in a delusional headspace to where I think I can get guys consistently profitable. If you've not watched this video here, it's called Fastest Way to Consistency. Link in the description, by the way. Anytime I refer to one of these fucking videos, it is in the description. But in this video, I do talk about how it is my belief that being a part of a trading team is going to be the fastest way to get consistent. So in this video today, we're going to go ahead and talk about what's been going on, because when I did this video right there, that was like the first weekish, the first week into my trying to start a prop firm. Well, now it's been an additional 2 weeks, and a lot of things have fucking unfolded. So I'm going to share my journey, because it's going to be pretty interesting, because you're going to be able to learn from the traders through this journey to hopefully, you know, get better yourself. So with that being said, this is my coffee right here. What's interesting about this is you can see that there's all these blue and red boxes. We got a trader who's developing an indicator for the way I trade, which is very beneficial. And also in this footage right here, me and another trader are developing our own journaling software. So that's also going to be interesting. And I will be, you know, in future episodes, we're going to be taking a deeper dive on more journaling stuff, more trade tagging stuff, how to really find edge and stuff like that. Because a lot of people don't know how to review, and a lot of people don't really know how to effectively find edge in their statistics. So with that being said, let's talk about the prop firm. Let's talk about it. It has basically gone down a path that I didn't really expect. There's a lot of things happening. So there was Greg, who I talked about in, you know, this episode here, why I chose Greg. And then there are a couple of backup traders, Miller and Chewy. So I'm going to talk about them in this as well. And then all of a sudden, there's 2 more traders. I really thought maybe I could do 1 trader at a time. Now there's 5 fucking traders. I'm kind of managing all at once. So it's getting pretty overwhelming, and I'll explain why I fucking did what I fucking did. So with that being said, let's talk about this. So when it came to Greg, he's consistently profitable. He's been trading since the late 90s. He knows what he's doing, but the last 3 or 4 years, he's run into a lot of trouble to where he's had to get a job, and it's because of psychological issues. He's good. Actually, all of the traders I'm dealing with have psychological problems. I'm really starting to see how more and more it's very evident that trading psychology is really fucking some guys. In fact, the guy that's developing an indicator for my trading system, which is going to help the guys that I'm coaching that are trying to trade like me, he mentioned he has a shitload of edge, but due to emotions, he just spirals out of control and just fucks it. So, you know, that's part of why he wants to be in the community. So with that being said, it's becoming more and more clear that a lot of traders, just the psychological thing is fucking everybody, but also trying to figure out where traders are fucking up in their trading is also, that's more of a statistical thing. That's something a simple P&L is not going to show us. So when I started working with Greg, his schedule started to be somewhat erratic to where I just couldn't work with him all the time. And on top of that, I'm trying to trade myself. So I'm like, fuck it. I have like free time. I'm going to work with Chewy and Miller. So these are the other 2 traders. Chewy doesn't trade like me. Greg and Miller do. Greg and Miller are both coffee subs. Miller, he's very talented. What's interesting is when I first started getting acquainted, because I got to understand who these guys are, where they're fucking up, what their problems are. So when I started working with Miller, reviewing his trades, very talented. He has an issue where he kind of just is getting into trades a little too early, and he's holding some stinkers instead of cutting them, but very good at scalping overall. Then Chewy, he's sort of hitting bigger trades. He's going for 10-point trades. I don't do that. For me, I'm scalping momentum. Momentum scalping. Once the momentum's gone, I am the fuck out of there, because holding trades is a fucking nightmare in this market regime. And I know somebody in the fucking comment section is going to be like, I do it all the time. Okay, congratulations. I don't know who the fuck you are. And anybody can just write things in the comment section. So I don't really give a fuck. I have plenty of traders complaining about trades imploding in their fucking face. So Chewy pushes bigger trades. He thinks he has edge there if he can just not psychologically fuck it. So between him and Miller 2 weeks ago, I was really monitoring their trades. I started to notice Chewy would get frustrated pretty easy. I was starting to see how the psychological problems would start to creep in. I could see how he would just sort of sabotage himself. I would see how trades would either blow out immediately against him, and it would frustrate him, and he would just start to shut down. That's a big thing, and I'm all over the place, because I started to realize I need to start tracking their stats. They're doing reviews and shit, but I can't review everybody's sessions. I was reviewing Greg's sessions when I could. I mean, it's got really overwhelming for me. Not that it ever freaked me out mentally. I knew what I was getting into, because there's some of you in the comment section that's like, oh, if you get them consistently profitable, they could just leave. Yeah, they could, but they could also do some incredible shit, which I will be sharing in this video. One built a fucking trading journal software in literally a 12-hour period, and another one in the course of a week built out a badass indicator I've been kind of needing for years, actually. So, and also that's the thing is I'm pretty careful about who I select getting into this shit. If I think it's going to be somebody that's just going to dip out, I'm not going to pick them. But obviously, you never fucking know, right? But there's one thing I've learned about speculating, and that is whatever scenario you're potentially trying to speculate on, whatever it is, whether it's a trade or anything in life, chances are you're wrong, because out of all the scenarios that could happen, there's hundreds of millions of potential scenarios that could happen. So, yeah, people leaving once they're consistent is one scenario, but what if they become really good and then they start getting other traders consistent? What if they never leave? What if they help me grow the business? What if they pick up the slack? What if they create a journal software? What if they... See, do you see what I'm fucking saying? I actually have a video called Forecasting Trades. I talk about how chances are when you're forecasting the price action, your 1, 3, 5 scenarios are like hitting a lottery number, because chances are there's going to be some weird, unforeseeable price action before it either doesn't go to target, almost makes it to target and fails, or blows you out, or chops on your entry. So that's the thing. Yeah, you could speculate these guys doing whatever, but that's one scenario out of hundreds of millions. So I've really learned that through this endeavor, that chances are my one scenario is probably wrong. Also, when you're able to get guys consistent, they're not going to want to leave. Some people are like, oh, they could save their own capital and leave. Yeah, but the thing is, once I have access to capital, I'm able to scale them up, and, you know, I can scale them up a lot quicker. That's what happens in professional prop firms is like SMBs, you know, when you try to get a job with them, they ask you if you're okay with managing a $10 million account in 5 years. How many of you motherfuckers are going to save up $10 million in a 5-year period? You know what I'm saying? If you're making $1 million a year and you're trading on your own, chances are you're going to want to upgrade your lifestyle. That means you got to not only build the capital in your trading account, but you're living out of it too. Whereas when you're trading for a firm, you just get your cut and you don't need to save up and build the capital. It's like some of you guys don't quite see that, how that works. It's like that connection's not quite being made in your heads. So, yeah, you know, what about you, fat cat? We're going to get $10 million. Okay, look, if I get guys consistent and I have a track record, I can get the fucking money. All right? I'll get it. I'm very delusional that I can do this. So some people are like, That's what it sounds like when they just want to like kind of fucking throw a wrench in my dreams. I don't give a fuck. Huh? I don't give a fuck. I'm going forward. And you get to watch the show. And I'm not giving up. All right? Listen, guys, if you try to achieve anything great in life, you're going to have haters. Plain and simple. I've learned a thing or two about haters, too. They hate because they can't relate. Literally. People hate on you because they don't comprehend where you're coming from or don't understand where you're coming from. And typically, they're giving you an emotional response. And typically, there's something going on within them that they're responding like that. So there's some emotional issue within them that they start to hate. Because if you think about it, it's kind of silly to hate on a YouTube video when you should have better things to do with your life. Like, it is really a strange person on the internet really worth your time and effort and energy to hate on? What value does that bring you? Nothing. So, anyways, so I'm starting to work with all 3 traders. Thought maybe I could get one guy consistent at a time, work with one guy for 1 month, the next guy for another month, and then so on and so forth. I started to realize that I just got to work with them when they have the availability and I have the availability, and we're going to have to bounce around. But I'm like, 3 guys, that's it, no more. Obviously, I fucked that one up. So, you know, I'm working with these guys, and a lot of people, when they try to start something, they get analysis paralysis. For me, I just jump in, and I'm going to figure it out as I go. All right? Sure, there could have been all this planning and prep and all that crap. Well, I need this and that first. Nah, fuck it. I'm just going for it, and I'm going to juggle it until I get it to work. Kind of like these videos. I don't fucking script them. Some of you fucking hate it. That's fine. Some of you like it. But I just speak from the soul, baby. But anyways, I'm like, fuck. You know, I gotta get some infrastructure together. I need like a journaling software. So I'm like, you know what? I'll go ahead and talk to Peter with Jigsaw Trading. If you want Jigsaw Trading, you can save $30 in the link below. Only if you want it. I like it. It's my favorite DOM. I use both Sierra and Jigsaw. I have 2 PCs, so Jigsaw is on its own standalone PC. And I don't look at bad things on that specific computer, so that way it runs nice and good. Anyways, I'm like, maybe I can get some free JournalTix software licenses with Peter, so I contact him. I'm like, hey man, this is what I'm trying to do. I'm going to be looking at statistics and all that through JournalTix, and I'm going to be making YouTube videos. I think it'll be great for the, great advertisement for you. Can you hook a brother up? And he decided to give me a free year of this master dashboard that like Axia Futures uses, to where I can take on 10 traders and look at their statistics, which is cool, but there's a problem with that. Miller doesn't have Jigsaw. He uses Sierra charts. And Peter says you can't put Sierra stuff into journal ticks. In fact, you can't even put a fucking spreadsheet into journal ticks. So I'm like, oh shit, this is going to be a problem. So I can't have these guys all on different softwares. I need them to be all on the same, like, journal software. Because I need them to start hashtagging. I've talked about hashtagging in past videos. I mean, there's a video on coffee about it. Actually, this video right here, we're doing it right now. You can barely see it, but there's a spreadsheet. I'm talking to a guy named Magic Taco who's building our software on what I need. This is a recorded session on the coffee. If the coffee link doesn't work, you can always copy the link and put it in the URL. And I'm going to be playing with whatever's on my desk, which are these scissors. I just got done cutting my pubes. So, got to look nice for the weekend. It's Saturday. Not that I just plan on pulling my pants down, but, A freshly trimmed bush makes you feel like a new man. So if you see me playing with these, you wonder what's going on. That's what happened. But anyways, with that being said, so right there, see, we're fucking with hashtags. So I need my traders to make specific tags. The way journal softwares spit out statistics, some of it's okay, but I think it's all kind of nonsense. Like, oh, you suck on Mondays, but Tuesdays and Wednesdays you're good. No. That shouldn't be a reason not to trade specific days, because, like, you need to figure out exactly why you suck on those specific days. I've really learned a lot about tagging. Actually, there's a video right here. This one right here. Art of the Trade, or my trade setups. It'll be in the description. Mike Belfiore actually commented on this video because I did something in the beginning. If you watch right here, I made a fucking skit. So I made this fucking skit with Mike Belfiore, and he saw it. And he made a comment on that. But in that video, I actually talk about hashtags and how I found edge through the hashtags. It's something I do review my trades, but I've not been tagging. Hey, I'm not perfect. I make fucking fuck-ups and get complacent too. Just so you guys know. So it's something I'm doing again and, well, gonna be doing. And I'm teaching my traders how to do it, because with hashtagging very specific things, I'm able to find very specific edge. Again, this fucking video right here, it's called My Trade Setups. I talk about the statistics on what I've noticed. So I talk about mean advantage, slips, shit like that, because I always refer to trading in the ranges, and then I always talk about slips and reclaims. So there's statistics in that video from like hundreds, if not thousands of trades. So I've had a very large sample size. I could always figure out exactly where I was fucking up and how to fix it. It's one thing to review your trades, which is important, but it's another thing to really dive into these statistics and like hashtag trades that are impulsive, and then filtering out the impulsive trades to see where your performance really is. Looking at all your perfect trades, and then looking at trades where you might have needed to manage them a little bit better. Like, I'm going to be talking about this shit in the future, especially on the coffee. So coffee is like this channel on steroids to a degree, because there's always there's fucking shitloads of content on the coffee. There's fucking hundreds and hundreds of episodes and everything, just thousands of trades, and me dealing with these guys and building out the prop firm and talking to them and having meetings with them. So also I have hypnosis sessions with Chewy. There's 2 hypnosis sessions with Chewy on there. So like, I'm taking all my knowledge on exactly what needs to be done specifically to be really good at this. And I've gotten complacent, motherfuckers. I have. Tarukin, I've gotten complacent. Don't you love how he's always there? He knows when it's showtime. If you're unaware, that's my cat, Tarukin! That's my boy Tarukin. Let's get a little zoom on his face, shall we? Let's make Tarukin really big. Let's make him big. Do you guys like big Tarukin, or did you like it when you could see all of Tarukin? God, he won't wake up. I'm making all this fucking racket. There he is. He just this motherfucker could sleep through anything. I pet him all fucking crazy like, and he just takes it. Oh, there goes Chimera right there. The one cat I don't ever talk about. So with that being said, I always say with that being said, I'm like, I need some fucking infrastructure, because I need to know exactly where my traders are fucking up, where their talent is, where their edge is. The psychological shit aside, psychology is definitely a big one, but when you're able to really see what the fuck is going on to the dollar amount, to the tick amount, in your trading statistics, and see where the edge really is, how to find real edge. I'm gonna show you motherfuckers how to find real edge. Not like speculated edge. I think this might have edge. No! We all suck at speculating. Holy shit. Look at Tarukin. God damn. His ear's on fire. Tarukin! Damn. I kind of like Big Tarukin. Let me know in the comments if you like Big Tarukin. I'm going to move over a little bit because he's taking up so much real estate here. So, yeah, that's going to be interesting. I'll be showing it on free YouTube too, you know. And, you know, you guys can always donate as little as $3 or some shit to fucking coffee, by the way. So if you like the content I put out. But anyways, yeah, so I need infrastructure. So I had a trader in my wave 2 because a lot of people are like, hey, how can I join the prop firm? I'm like, well, I don't know you, and if you can provide some form of fucking value to the team, I'll look at you. And only one guy really has consistently been doing that, and his name is Magic Taco. He's also got a YouTube channel, but I'm like, dude, he wants to help however he can. He also wants to be a trader. But this guy literally built a trading software in fucking 12 hours with like graphs and charts. And I'm like, holy fuck, he literally made a Journal Ticks spinoff. Because I do like Journal Ticks, but there's certain things about it I wish could be a little bit different. I wish I could have my own thing because of the way I need to filter through tags and shit. This guy built it in 12 hours. And it's funny because I have a buddy named Ryan who I've known for years and years and years. And he's worked for other trading companies, and he's an IT guy, owns his own business, and I was telling him the infrastructure we need, and he's like, yeah, this is going to take some time, and then we were both absolutely fucking shocked that this guy built it in 12 hours, and I'm like, holy shit, like a good one, like a good fucking... Like, here's what the fuck he did in 12 hours. Check out that cumulative P&L. It has your P&L on it, but it also has MAE and MFE on each trade. Like, what the fuck? I mean, it's got shit in it that it's got good shit in it. And he did this in Google spreadsheets with JavaScript. I'm a coding retard, so I'm like, what the fuck? Because I do use spreadsheets a lot these days. So I'm like, shit, this guy's bringing so much value to the team that I'm gonna just take him. So that's how I got 4 fucking prop traders. I'm like, fuck. And I'm like, okay, we need this fucking guy. We need this guy. I really think it is my belief that you need a team. You need accountability partners. You need guys to help build shit out to do this. So... not only was that built out, but there was a time, like 2 weeks ago, where I'm streaming. I'm like, yeah, I wish I could mark the reclaims because I started having Shuey and Miller do these drills, and Greg as well, where they're drawing all these reclaims that we trade, and they're drawing them. Miller was drawing a fuckload. He was doing it on all the stocks, and it's a lot of work. Like, you're constantly drawing these things, and they get it. They're learning it. Greg got a little confused. I had an issue with Greg. I'm like, shit, man, he's not getting it. He's like, dude, it's too fast. It's too fast, because we were doing it during live sessions. I'm like, Greg, what do you want to do, man? You're consistent. Because I was at a dilemma. I'm like, dude, you're consistent. Do you want to just work on your psychology and you just keep trading the way you do? And he's like, dude, I want to learn what you do. I'm like, all right, I'm thinking, how can we do this? And he's like, what if we do market replay and we can do that through Jigsaw? He figured out some roundabout way of doing it. I think using Tradeovate. So we ended up doing it on a Friday. And lo and behold, he fucking it just started to click for him. Because I had him like pause the video and I really broke it down. I really broke it down to like you're trying to explain to a child. That's how I learn. That's how some other people learn. And if you can break something complex down to where you could explain it to a child, then it's more digestible, because a lot of what I do is complex. So what I enjoy about this journey is I'm learning how to better articulate and teach what I'm seeing and how I read the markets. And obviously I teach and do all that on Coffee. And, you know, people have questions and I'll make videos, and I've been kind of putting together a course in the Coffee. So there's this playlist with a shitload of videos, because building a course is really hard. I've tried many times and given up on it, because there's all these little lessons and nuances that I never think about until the market gives me those lessons. And then when the market regime shifts to different volatility environments, adjustments need to be made, and you kind of need the market to shift in order to make those adjustments, in order to teach them too. So I got this like course I'm just kind of building in the Coffee as well, that I always refer new subs to watch. Several hours of shit. So Greg, it's starting to click for Greg. And then Chewy was starting to get it. He was getting really good with his contextual read on a lot of this. His contextual read, I think being able to read context is really important. I do have an older video you guys should check out. It's called Trading Context. It came out like almost 4 years ago, 3 years ago, something like that. It'll be in the description so you don't have to dig through everything. But that specific video is pretty relevant. Like, it's important to be able to read price action leading into a setup, an indicator, whatever. And Chewy was figuring out how to read if-then statements on reclaims really well. Problem is, he was getting very overwhelmed with it. It was detracting from what he thinks has edge. So we're going to sort of, when he journals and tags, once we get this software up and running, I'm having him do things a little different, since he's a bit of a different trader than the rest of us. He's going to be tagging his scalps versus his holds, and then his impulsive trades. And I want to sort of narrow down where he should be trading. Like, maybe he thinks he's good at a specific type of setup, but maybe he's making all the money scalping. We don't know until we see the statistics, right? We can guess all we want, but until we see the hard data, we don't know. So anyways, I'm trading and I'm talking in a stream, and I'm telling all these traders, I'm like, man, I really need I wish I had an indicator or something to draw these reclaims, because doing it by hand's overwhelming for a lot of these traders, and it's a lot for me to compute myself. I can do it because I've been doing it for so long, but it's quite a lot for a lot of these other guys, because it detracts from your ability to actually focus on building context, narrative, and trading, because you're constantly drawing. So out of the blue, some trader named Dream wanted to take on the challenge, and he started coding up a badass fucking indicator really fast. If you watch the footage behind me, there are moments where you see these red and blue boxes. At the same time, Magic Taco made the journal. This guy coded up the indicator. So at this point, I'm like thoroughly like mind fucked, and so are the other traders, because we really need this fucking tool. And he's fucking building it. He's refining it. And like each day I would test it. Here's what needs to be adjusted. He would adjust it the next day, test it again. And my God, it's like almost fucking perfect. Not only is it almost perfect, but it's going to start counting EV for me, expected value. So I have a video called Expected Value in Trading. It's this one here. If you're unfamiliar with what that is, that's how I found big trades. Was if you watch the moonshot video, also will be in the description. I was counting EV for like 3 days. Any of the big $10,000 trades you see me accomplish on my channel, it's typically a day or 2, 3 days in the making, and I'm counting expected value in certain areas. That's how I pull those trades off. I've not been doing it lately because I've been tracking reclaims. Ever since I introduced correlations in my trading, counting expected value on all of these products, all of these stocks became very overwhelming that I just started trading reclaims. And having a tool be able to do that for me automatically on multiple products and draw the reclaims really frees up a shitload of mental bandwidth, and it's just going to be able to do it faster and more effectively than I can. And we're getting that built. So for all the fucking naysayers that are like, well, they could just leave. Yeah, they could. But none of you and not even me, none of us speculated they would build a fucking journal software or a fucking indicator I needed in literally like a matter of a day. I mean, it's still getting refined and shit, but not one of you, not even myself, knew that would happen. I know that going down this fucking path, yeah, I have an end goal in mind. Everybody fucking make millions of dollars, and I can see my Chat with Trader episode right now and the book I'm going to write called Coming Out of the Closet. If you've seen my 5,000 subscriber special, I actually traded in a fucking closet right there. So that's actually the closet I used to trade out of. So my trading book's going to be called Coming Out of the Closet and how I built a multi-million-dollar prop firm. So I can see it. But yeah, who fucking knew? I know that going down this path that there's just going to be opportunities and doors opening that I didn't expect. I never thought would happen, but expect the unexpected. Same thing with trading price action. So I know that there's going to be all sorts of weird opportunities that open up, and I'm taking them. I just have complete faith in the journey. So this dream guy, you know, it's funny. He says, "Good morning. I hope everyone is doing well. The reclaims indicator is coming along nicely, and I'm glad that people are finding it useful. But now it's time for me to explain why I'm even helping out in the first place. It all has to do with my trading, you see. Last month, my performance was absolutely disastrous. My emotions and my impulsivity kept getting in my way to the point of ridiculousness. I guess you have all been there, so you know what I'm talking about. And this is Dream speaking. The thing is, I have plenty of edge. In fact, I have so much edge that I can get away with sloppy executions using market orders and still be somewhat profitable. The problem is that I have these random episodes where I throw my edge and everything I know how to do well to the win and start trading like a fucking maniac." He didn't say fucking, I just add that for dramatic effects. He says, "Then I always repeat to myself, okay, I'll never do that again." Now, how many of you motherfuckers have done that? And promptly end up doing it again sometime later. Wow, what a very familiar, similar story to everybody else. So this brings me to the reason why I'm here. I finally accepted the fact that I'm powerless against the weakness of my flesh. This is some biblical shit. And that I can't expect my habits to change on willpower alone. I need to change them outside of my trading hours. And Fat Cat seems to be very knowledgeable on this kind of stuff. Also, from what I've seen in the past few days, his edge and mine overlap quite a bit, so that's good. I also realize that I probably can't do it alone without accountability. That's what I said! That's what I said in this fucking video. You kind of need a fucking team. So my goal for this month was to find a community of people who are trying to do the same thing and who understand my struggles. Oh, we fucking know. So this month I decided to go balls deep into meditation and visualizations to try to fix my emotional problems. And I've committed myself to sharing my P&L for accountability. My Top Step subscription reduced today, so Monday I'll start trading the combine again and post my stuff here. This is the guy that's just really crushing the indicator game for us that we really needed. So guess what? I'll let him on the team. It's only right, because I need that guy. Other guys were going to build it, but this guy just fully took over. And a lot of people are saying how good his code is, and it's like, dude, if you guys can fucking build it, I'll show you how to use it. It's like I'm an F1 driver. I just need you to build me the fucking car, and this is how I need the car to be. It may not make sense to you. Trust me, and I'll show you how to win with it. And it'll be good because, I'm just going to be making more content on this. Because I want my coffee subs to find value and get better. I mean, it'd be nice if everybody could be consistent, but the thing is, it's in you. I can't do shit. You have to do it. Right? So, I've been obsessing over this tool, and I just wasn't committing as much time as I would have liked to the traders, because I'm juggling at this point. So what I then do is, just yesterday on Friday, actually Thursday night, Harvey, my risk manager, is like, hey man, do you need my fucking help? Like, what do you want me to do? Because I told him, look, dude, I'm gonna need a risk manager. Do you want to do this? I told him that in the beginning. I talked about it in the first episode. And I just haven't been training him because I'm like obsessed with the infrastructure and this indicator. Because if this indicator is dialed in, I can help the prop guys a lot better. And I'm realizing more and more I need to be on a schedule. I used to sleep in. Now I'm getting up in the morning and god damn, it's a lot of work. But I knew that getting into this. I fucking knew it. Tarukin, I knew it! I wish he really was this big in real life. Because I'd write him like Falcor in the Neverending Story. Tarukin, if you were large, could I ride you like Falcor? So I've been testing the fuck out of this indicator because it's also kind of fucking with my eyes, so I gotta like kind of see it. And then Harvey's like, hey, how can I help? I'm like, all right. He wants to get in here and get his hands dirty, so let's do it. So what I decided to do was decided to put all the traders into a private channel. And I told all of them last Friday, look guys, keep it silent in here. And what I want you guys to do is, if you have problems, let me know. And then I'll try to fix it. Oh my god, it got overwhelming. I mean, not all 5 traders were in there, but it got overwhelming. It every fucking 5 minutes or so, somebody said something. I'm like, all right, dude, take a break. What's going on? And I would pull them into a second room to talk to them privately so they didn't jam up comms. And I was like trading, and I'm like trying to trade, and I'm under a lot of pressure to perform well because the volatility is high. And my head was about to explode with them constantly coming, and I'm like this. I'm like, you know what? This is going to happen. This is the first day. I'm going to have to learn to deal with this. I'm going to have to learn how to refine this process. And, it was kind of awkward for them because they all don't know each other that well, and they were afraid to break the silence. Chewy got into trouble, and he's like, I didn't want to break silence. It's like, dude, you got to. So I ended up making a second room called Therapy Room or some shit like this. I'm like, look, if you guys are having problems, come out of the main comms and go talk, because I have 2 accounts on this Discord. It's all private, by the way, these chats. I'm like, come out and go into the therapy room, and I'll talk to you separately. So if you're having issues, but I would also check on them every now and then in the voice chat, not the therapy room, but the main one. See how they're feeling. The purpose of this is like some of them didn't come into this session with the greatest of mindsets, or they were over trading, and I just consistently had to make them take breaks. And it's like, you guys need to stream your screens. That's what they're going to have to start doing. So I know you're not taking trades while you're on break, but God damn it, it was a lot for me. But I know that's what I know, and that's what's going to have to happen. I'm just going to have to learn how to trade around it. I signed up for this, and I know that this is going to be challenging, but I'm going to see it through. So yeah, that was interesting. And then we did have a meeting at the end of the day. We had a meeting today, which was building this journal software, which I know not much is being moved on the screen, but we're talking about it, the importance of these tags, how we're going to read the data and all that. So we had a meeting again today. So that's what SMB does, is they have meetings daily. So trying to build infrastructure, get this indicator done, get this journal shit done, but also like work on the traders now. And I need to trade. It's a lot. So, it's one task at a time. That's it. Because if I step out and look at everything, I'm like this. So, one thing at a time. I make sure I don't look at the big fucking mess that I have to be cleaning up or trying to patch together. So it's one thing at a time. That's all you can do. No different than you just trying to be a trader and going through your own statistics and trying to figure out where you're fucking up. Chances are you're fucking up in many areas. You got to fix one thing at a time. Also, interesting thing is, like earlier in the week, I did have 3 hypnosis sessions, 2 with Shuey, 1 with Miller. I do have a video, and it's very I talk about it in this one right here. It's called New Trader Psychology. Highly recommend. But in that video, I do talk about how you're anchoring emotions to specific price action or P&L swings, and FOMO or tilt is not one size fits all. It comes in many different flavors. So it's important that you visualize specific scenarios until contentment is achieved. I have another video. I don't know where the fuck it is. I'm not going to find it. But I end up fixing... Actually, fuck it. I'll find it. It's called How to Stop Over Trading. I recommend that. I show exactly how I fix problems. So, again, that's all in the description. But I do exactly what I preach in those videos with Shuey. There was one day where he instantly got blown out on a trade that was a good setup, and it frustrated him. And he was tapping into his mental capital. So we visualized it. I put him into a trance and basically hypnotized him into being okay with what happened. And then there was another session where he got into the trade perfectly, and it rolled 3 ticks under his target and then stopped him out. We've all been there. Obviously, that frustrates him. So we visualized that until he was okay with it. And then Miller, I had him do a visualization a little different because he was getting caught up on... He uses stock correlations like I do, but he was getting caught up on not paying close enough attention to ES. So I had him prioritize looking at ES setups, then using the stock correlations to confirm getting an ES. So I kind of hypnotized him into doing that. That was his first session with me, and he thought it was insane. He's like, holy shit. Because not everybody's... You can't hypnotize everybody. And the fact that I can do it to all of the traders so far is a good sign, because that's ultimately why I think I can get guys consistently profitable, is I'm going to brainwash them into being okay with it no matter what and doing what they're supposed to do. I'm going to brainwash them into being super soldiers. The dream guy who's coding for us, I gave him permission to sit in on our meetings, and I'm willing to do hypnosis sessions with him because he's building this valuable indicator for us. And I read that big message from him. So he's not somebody, if he wants to trade with us and be a part of the team, he's more than welcome. He's kind of like he's part of the team, but if he wants to trade his own capital and trade his own money, but sit in with us, he's more than welcome because he's building us tools that we need. So he's kind of like a contractor in a sense, to where it's like, look, watch what we're doing, learn how we're doing it, and if I need to hypnotize him and teach him how to do these things to get better, because he has edge. But he's fucking it up mentally. And if that gets him there, awesome. Because it's only fair since he's done what he's done for us. And, I mean, he did it out of passion, to be fair. So, he's the one trader out of the 5. So, 4 out of 5, 4 of them are going to be trading with me. They're part of the team. They're part of the firm. They're going to be trading the capital I raise once we get a track record under our belt. Again, we're doing this through combines because I need a track record. I already have money partners interested. I just need that track record. I need some payouts, and then we can start to raise money. Dream is somebody who he doesn't have to, because if I have a talented coder, then by all means, if they need help with the psychological aspect or want to see how I use these tools, he has full access to that. So I just felt it was right. He was happy with that. So that's kind of what we got going on. So yeah, it's quite a bit, but we're making fucking progress. Rome wasn't built in a fucking day. And my fucking prop firm's not going to be built in 3 fucking weeks. But it is a lot further and a lot more organized than when we started, because I just jumped into this motherfucker, and we're starting to get there. This infrastructure needs to be finished, but we're moving towards that. Our communication's getting better. It's the team, baby, the team. Team Legacy is what I named them. So, with that being said, I'm going to continue to share these stories on my YouTube because it's a great way to make content. I will make other content that has nothing to do with our prop firm, but it's such a big deal. I want to document it. I've been documenting my growth forever, and I think it would be cool to be one of the only people, if not the first guy, to document building a prop firm from scratch on YouTube. Because I know everybody's going to copycat me and want to do it too. But I did it first. So, with that being said, I'll see you guys in the next one.